Welcome to the evening show with Ben Ferguson. I'm Amber Shannon, and tonight we are so pleased to welcome some very special guests from senior luxury community Marivilla. But first, please welcome my very favorite host, Mr. Ben Ferguson.
Thank you, Amber. Well, thank you all. We have a full house tonight. Up in the balcony, what does that say? We love the evening show. Well, we love you too, and thank you all for coming. Amber, thank you. What a nice introduction we had. We really do have an incredibly great show tonight. We have our guests can be described as the upper echelon, the cream of the crop, the muckety muck. Anyway, they're all top shelf, and we're going to be talking to them. They're from Marivilla, and I was lucky enough to have had lunch there a couple of weeks ago. And I don't know if you've ever been to Marivilla, but you can actually go to lunch there, even if you live on the, if you're not part of the community, you can go and have lunch in their restaurant. The place is nothing short of the Four Seasons Biltmore Hotel. We walked around the grounds. I got a little tour. There was Spanish tiles. There's little fountains wherever you look. There's a beautiful pool. There's hand-painted mosaic roof ceiling like the Sistine Chapel. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. And the people there are nothing short of incredible as well. And we have some really, really interesting guests, and we're going to meet them in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back with the lovely Amber Shannon. Be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have a lovely crowd of all the participants, if you will, our guests tonight from Marivilla, and we have Amber Shannon.
Hi.
Hi there. We've got a lot of stuff happening here. I'm a little nervous with so many people here, but it's kind of fun.
It's so fun.
You know, we're going to start. We're going to have Dr. A.J. Harris and his lovely wife up here in just a second.
Yes.
And I can't wait too because I got his book. His most recent book. The doctor, he writes books, he does quite a few things.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I want to hear a lot more about that. But anyway, I have a couple things I wanted to... Have you heard of the Himalayan salt lamp?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I actually want one.
Yeah, well, I
can't believe you brought that up. You
and I
did?
just read about it. A couple years ago, I would have gone hooey to something like that. But I read that it's actual Himalayan salt rock from the Himalayas.
Yes.
And it has all these minerals in it that when it's heated up, I didn't know that vapor carries bacteria and it carries a lot of bad things, bad ions.
Sure.
And this supposedly reverses it.
Yes, exactly.
And they're really cool looking too.
They are. They're really pretty.
So
I can't believe you brought that up. I want one.
Well, we'll get you one.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to have mine in a few days. Maybe I'll be a little happier next show, but I can't
bet.
wait to do it. Yeah, it'll be nice. And the other little thing that I just found out, and I don't know why I feel it's so important, did you know that a peanut is not a nut? Did you know the peanut is a bean?
No.
I found that, I'm sure everybody else here knows, a peanut is a bean.
Interesting.
I feel like when I found out about Santa Claus wasn't real, the partridges weren't really playing their instruments. A peanut is a bean.
No, I did not know that.
Yes. And pea, sweet pea, peas and carrots.
Yes.
I mean, the name's unbelievable.
It's really
This is not going
interesting.
anywhere, but did you all know that peanuts were beans? Yeah.
No.
No? Yeah,
no.
they're beans. They're not peanuts at all. It's a sham. Anyway, I wanted to get that out to the people. You'll learn more about that. We'll talk more later.
Yes, okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yes, we're going to bring out our first two guests. We're going to have Dr. Harris and his wife come out here in just a moment. So, guys, hang on just a second. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back with Dr. A.J. Harris and his lovely wife, Yetta. I want to thank you both for coming on. Now, I don't think I met you when I went to visit Marivilla the other day, but I've read and heard lots about you since then. You practiced medicine in Chicago?
I did, in California as well.
Right.
Orthopedic surgery.
Right. Now, you started in World War II. I believe you were a medic in World War II, is that correct?
Yes.
Very, very interesting. Mm-hmm. And then after that, you decided at some point that it might be a good idea to start writing books.
Well, after about 45 years of practice, I thought it might be a good idea.
Yeah, so it was started out as a hobby at some point, I imagine, when you were... I mean, orthopedic surgery is a little bit stressful. It has to be. I mean, it's a good outlet, I think, to maybe be creative with...
Almost as stressful as writing.
Yeah, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
So, Yetta.
Yes.
Tell us how, as far as when did he start writing? How long have you all been married?
34 years.
34 years.
We were
wow.
both widowed, and we found each other.
You sure did.
And we're still honeymooning.
Nice. Well, I happen to see the resort you're living at or staying at, and then it's nothing short
Pretty
of a resort.
nice.
That's beautiful.
Marivilla is wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
We're very
wonderful.
fortunate.
So when he's writing books, does he come to you and ask for maybe
Well, he writes
direction?
I have to talk because he writes in longhand.
Right,
So he writes everything in longhand, and then he dictates to me,
right.
and I type it on the computer.
Oh, what a
And
team.
then we edit together, and then I'll say, you know, Al, she should be wearing a negligee instead of wearing flannel pajamas. So he'll listen to me. And
You have to tell Al that.
She's my severest critic.
we have a good time with it.
It sounds like it. So that's neat. So you're a real part. So when you're reading the book, it's like part yours.
We've done it together.
Yeah.
Well,
That's very
it really is
interesting.
his, because he's a thought. He thinks of it.
Right.
And
then
it's
you just-
remarkable. It really is. He does a wonderful
Yeah.
job.
You know what? You have. I just wanted to bring. You have your brand new book. Now I purchased the book the other day because I wanted to make sure that I had to have you sign it for me. But I actually started. I'm going to have you sign it right here. I actually started reading it. And I don't know if you've seen the Pine Valley Medical thing, the spoof. It's kind of a soap opera type where I play a doctor. It's kind of a whimsical, kind of a comedy type thing. And then I start reading your stuff, and I'm like, man, it might just take a turn pretty soon. The gentleman that was found hanging in the intern at his home quarters, and I haven't been past that, but I just got past
Yes.
in Chicago, the cold
Yes.
and rainy and thunderous night.
Yes.
And anyway, I can't wait to read this. This is really something. So how long has this one particular one, been out?
That
I think
book,
it's been out, 2 years?
something like that.
Has this been out 2
It
years?
takes him about a year to write a book. Now,
Yeah.
he's finishing his 8th novel right now,
Yeah.
so that's
Well, it's
his...
about 2 years in the process.
Can I just get you to sign it right here on this so
Be
everybody
del-
gets to see me?
Be delighted.
Thank you very much.
Are
If
the
you could
novel
write,
series or are they individual
if you could write
books?
two
They're
Ben,
individual.
I
They're
do.
individual.
please.
He used to write a series, but now they're individual. And all his books are really, this one takes place in Montecito. And
Really?
And she's a senora that gets murdered in her gorgeous estate. So it all takes place in Montecito.
Do you refer to local streets and things that people
Yes.
can pick up on?
Yes.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah, and this one is a historical novel. This is about his brother who was with the CIA, and he was in the United Nations, and he was when MacArthur was on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben.
They accused him
Yeah.
of being a spy, which he wasn't. So,
Yeah.
oh boy,
What do you think of that?
that's pretty nifty.
You know, very nifty. I read about that. That's a very popular book. That's sold a lot of copies, hasn't
This
it?
one, yes.
Yeah.
This is an excellent book, and it's true. It's a historical fiction.
Now, I got this book on Amazon.
Ah.
And I got it, Prime Amazon, so I got it in just a couple days, so if anybody's looking to get it, but where else can they get it? I guess Amazon
Chaucer.
probably, Chaucer's book there in
And
town?
in Montecito.
Yeah, there's the
Yeah.
Upper Village, there's a little bookshop, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
In Montecito, it's a lovely book.
Tecolati.
You know, I go to Chaucer's when I have very little patience, so when I can't wait 2 days, I have to, go to Chaucer's and buy my
Yeah.
book instead of.
Oh,
you
they're
know, getting-
wonderful.
getting
And
out the
Amazon, of course.
Yeah, no, and you're working on the 8th one. Can we get a little hint of what it might be about?
Yes, it's about 3 young men who live in a small town in Illinois. They're good friends. They've gone to school together. They've developed into adulthood. And they are all relatively successful. As the years go by, 2 of them engage in some activity which can be regarded as illegal. And the third one becomes an FBI agent and unfortunately must bring the other 2 to task. But
Why don't you tell me the title of the book?
Yeah, the title of the book is
Lucifer?
yeah,
That's why we work together
Lucifer.
Lucifer in Celestial
in
Gardens.
Celestial Gardens.
Yeah,
Celestial Gardens.
the character, the protagonist, the main character,
Is he the FBI agent, the main character?
he becomes
Becomes.
the
Yeah,
FBI
okay.
agent. He is the son of a funeral
Director,
Director.
right?
owner.
Yeah, owner,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he is named Louis Calvin Cipher. And his friends, of course, called him Lou Cipher.
Lucifer.
So, yeah, he said-
Lucifer, yeah.
And he said
Boy,
to
you
me,
are good.
And the Celestial Garden is a retirement home. So this all
Lucifer.
funeral home, retirement
Yeah.
home, garden, Okay.
How far along are you in your writing? Are you halfway through?
300 pages, and
Okay.
we haven't brought the villains into.
If you're ending it and you have a character you need to name him, throw Ben in there. That's all. Maybe not.
No, we do. We have a chief of police,
See?
Ben Brower,
Nice.
unfortunately is dishonest.
Right?
Did you say
Well, that's not a stretch, I guess. Ben Brower.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know there's a Ben in there.
Yeah.
So,
We,
go ahead.
no, I said we have a lot of fun with this, but we do live at Marivilla, and I have to put a plug in for Marivilla.
Right.
It's a lovely community. We've been there 4 years. and-
Right, in April, honey.
In April. You're not supposed to correct a woman, please. And 5 years. And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
and we did the same thing that everyone else that left in a big house, scaled everything down, gave to the kids, gave it to
Right.
charity, moved in a 2-bedroom, 2-room apartment. It's lovely. The people are lovely. And I do have to tell you that Al directs a creative writing class there also. Not only does he write, but he has a creative writing class.
At Marivilla?
At Marivilla. And we have
Wow.
about 14 to 16 people that come. In fact, Lois.
Can people from the outside come in? Or is it
No,
just?
it's usually are mostly Marivilla people.
Right.
And people that have written, they can listen and we edit, and they listen to Al's chapters.
Right.
And all of these people will edit it and give their opinion. Lois is part of that group. And
Lois, you part of that?
yeah.
Well, good.
And they have a lot to offer. Marivilla has
Yeah. Oh, I imagine.
a lot to offer.
These books aren't just a hobby. These books are incredibly good.
Thank you.
You know, and I just started writing about a month ago, 2 months ago, my little sitcom. So we're going to come out there on the 22nd. I would love to sit and talk with you about different ideas that you could maybe
Be
throw my
delighted
way
to
as
have
far
you.
as writing in the
Delighted.
future. I would love that.
Be delighted to have
Tell
you.
you.
Yeah, I would say Jill is the activities director.
Yes, she's the
And
girl.
she's about as good as they get. She's running around. I walked with her. She gave me a tour as we were walking through the beautiful Spanish gardens and everything, and she just knew everybody. I mean, there's tons of people everywhere. You know everybody's name, and everybody knows each
They
other.
do.
And it's
They do. They do.
Yeah. And then I had lunch there, and wow, was that?
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
it's outstanding.
Yeah.
Our
Food
chef
is
is
excellent.
It's almost like
outstanding.
a special occasion. You go and have.
Yes.
But that's just normal lunch for you guys.
Yes, yes.
No, breakfast and dinner and everything. That's beautiful.
True.
Listen, I really, really appreciate you all coming here. And
Thank
being-
you.
Thank you. It's
We
been our
appreciate-
pleasure.
Oh, our pleasure.
Yes, and we're going to tell everybody about these books and
Thank
get them
you.
out there. Yeah, it's going to be fun reading it, I know, because I've read the first few pages, and I know Amber started to read it.
Good.
And anyway, thank you very much. We're going to have some of your cohorts coming up here and talk with us in just a minute.
Good.
We'll see you the 22nd.
We'll look forward to seeing you.
I
and
thank you very much.
Thank
I'm
you for having
Thank
very
us.
you.
forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are here with our special Marivilla guests. We have Misha and Lois, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming out here. I know it's kind of a long ways, but we really appreciate you coming. I want to hear what life's like in Marivilla, Lois.
Oh, I love it there.
Do you?
Yeah, I've been there 5 years,
5 years.
and am I the right place?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
that this is right for me.
I mentioned
Just
earlier
right.
that I took a little tour in there, and man, now I was thinking, you know, like the show Downton Abbey. Have you ever seen that, where they get the real dirt on what really goes on there?
Yes.
Did you have anything like that for us?
We don't gossip like that.
If you did, what would it sound like?
I shouldn't say that. Maybe we do. But it's all positive.
I'm playing with
It's
you.
all positive.
Of course it
We
is.
have lots of wine gatherings.
Yeah.
We're into that.
I noticed that. It was a Pinot and pastels or something like that. When we went for, what's that?
Lois is an artist. She went
You're
to
an,
Yes.
you're an artist?
That's
Well,
one of
lovely.
my things.
Did you go to that pastels and Pinot? Was that,
No, I didn't go to that.
from what I
Wasn't
understand,
it say?
Yeah, Paladin Pinot with Beth.
Palette and Pinot, that's what it was.
Yeah.
We walked through and I saw everybody was smiling and playing games, and it was, I think it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was wonderful.
I missed that.
Oh, yeah, well, you're going right back to it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
got
And
to.
that library with the fireplace, I
Oh,
wanted
how
to move
about
in
that?
there.
I know.
I mean,
I
like,
mean,
stay in
if that's
there.
our home.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, when we want to sit by a fire, just go in the
Yeah, just
in the
click the
library,
button.
grab a book, put your
Yeah.
feet up, read the paper.
This gentleman next to you is
Fire on.
kind of looking over like he runs the circle or something over there.
Yeah, he does a circle around.
Yeah, explain the circle. Now, you have your own circle. It's like a political circle.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Okay,
It's wide open for subjects that people
Discussion.
are supposed to bring and topics. But the concept that I like is the Native American idea of discussions in the tribe or at home, where everybody has equal power in the circle. Doesn't work out quite that way because a lot of people like to be lectured to and just sit there like mummies.
Right?
And that's not what I hope. So I have trouble with getting enough people to come.
How often do you guys meet?
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays?
In the afternoon.
I bet, well, in the last several months, you've had quite a bit to talk about, I bet.
Yes, although I have a French wife who gives me certain restraints.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's what the French do.
That's
Now,
what the
Misha, where does that name come from?
Misha was the name of a wonderful Russian violinist
Wow.
who lived in Vienna at the time I was born, and my parents liked him and liked his name. And I grew up in a very musical family.
Nice.
With, marvelous music, and the founder of what was called modern 12-tone harmony, who was actually teaching at UCLA when I arrived in 1937.
Wow.
In
When did you meet your
California.
French wife?
Well, the actual meeting was in South Pasadena,
Yeah?
but it was as a result of running into some of her friends in St. Moritz, who said, when you get back to Los Angeles, call up my girlfriend.
Wow.
And so,
The French girl.
one of her French girlfriends, yes.
Wow, well, good for you.
So it was a good luck for me. It was a long struggle to convince her
Right?
that I was a better choice than some of her other possibilities.
Did you have, you had to let her know that the value was a little higher than what she had?
No, I don't. On the contrary, I had to convince her that my lower commercial value or whatever, or status value, was nevertheless offset by a chance for a very interesting life, if not
Wow.
a very... the others offered a more sedate and secure one.
Right.
And
Well, it's no
she-
wonder that you run a circle with an answer like that.
Well, running is a big word. I would like to have a more animated and participating
Right.
situation than I have, but I'm not a giver-upper,
Sure.
so I continue.
When I was visiting, we walked through and we saw your circle was starting to gather. So
Really?
yes,
Oh,
there was
good. Yeah, I
several
remember.
people there, and we were
Yeah, I
waiting for
remember.
the
I
start.
remember.
Right.
you
Yeah, we
walking through.
spoke briefly about the
Yeah.
old Cox cable
Yeah.
TV show. Lois, do you ever make it to the circle?
Yes,
me?
I went once.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
That's
I'm
all.
sorry.
And I'm sorry, I have.
Oh,
I'm a
well, actually,
naughty girl.
she's a wonderful spirit, whatever she participates in,
Right.
because she has this wide open, cheerful aura about her, which I adore.
You know what? Most of the people that I ran into at Marivilla have that. They have that wonderful spirit about them. Now, I saw the newsletter that you all get out, and I don't know how you. I mean, I would be able to pick 2 or 3 things, and then just I don't know how you do it all. There's so many things to do. I guess you just pick your favorite one, you circle it, and
Yes, we can't do everything.
do
but
everything,
this-
can you?
Yeah, no one can be bored, so we,
Right. No, well, you're not
This
bored at
is-
Marivilla.
no.
Well, they
There's
certainly
so
don't
much
have
to
an
do.
excuse to be bored, let's
Right.
put it that way.
And if you want to stay home, you can, right? You can stay home and watch TV if you want one
Yes.
afternoon instead of being part
Well,
of.
Jill and her assistant are incredibly busy and working all the time in
Right.
finding new and better and greater things for everybody to do.
Right.
So I really think that is one of the big pluses in
That's a big draw.
Marivilla.
Now, while you sit and relax and enjoy your lives, there's somebody out there running around trying to up the last little program that she came up with. That's wonderful. Well, I appreciate both you guys coming on here. We're going to have a couple more people from Marivilla in just a moment. But Lois, it was a
Yes.
pleasure meeting you. And Misha,
Thank you,
thank you.
Ben.
all. Yes,
It's nice
thank you
to
very
be
much. And
here.
we'll see you on the 22nd. And you're going to be part of our skit maybe at Marivilla?
I'd love to.
Oh, wonderful.
As long as I
Sure.
don't have to remember a lot of lines.
You know what?
I have a short memory loss.
I have something. What do I have?
Bad.
We're gonna get a Suzette now.
You know, I forgot about this. Here's what I want to do. We have
All-day sucker.
not an all-day sucker. You all like wine, right? I got a chance for you to win a bottle of wine.
Really?
Yes. Now, you're going to have your choice. 1920s slang or 1930s slang. Let me tell you, 1920s slang, if you answer one question right, you win the bottle. 1930s, you need to answer two questions. Which would you like?
Well, the one question,
The one question for the
the
bottle?
easiest one.
All right.
The easiest one.
All right.
All right.
Have you heard of the term canceled stamp,
Cancel stamp,
right? What is that?
a stamp that's been
A
canceled.
stamp that's been canceled. There's other meanings besides that, Lois, but you certainly...
Got another one?
You win a bottle of wine. All right, Lois. Lois, do you know what the term handcuff? Now, it's not the handcuffs, but what would somebody say if they're referring to somebody with a handcuff?
Maybe the cuff is hanging over his hand.
Actually, it's an engagement ring.
Oh!
That's from the 30s. You still
Never
get-
heard of
you still-
that.
That's what I heard. I read it. I looked it
Well,
up.
that-
Misha, let's run one by you. If somebody says, "Go chase yourself,"
That's a tender term to be delicate rather than using real strong pornography
no,
to express their feelings
Misha,
about you.
that's not.
That's what I would guess too.
That just means go away. Go chase yourself. Hold on, I got a couple
That's
really
right,
good ones.
the same
it's a
thing, that's the
polite
same.
way, that's what I said, it's a very
knew it.
Okay,
polite
here's an
way
easy
of
one
saying
for
it.
you. Well, a flat foot, a gumshoe, and a dick means detective. And I didn't know Dick Tracy meant Detective Tracy. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
No,
I didn't. That and the peanuts kind of making my day right now. Anyway, everybody's getting a nice bottle of wine. Thank you for participating
We
in my silly
failed.
little game. Ladies and gentlemen, Misha and Lois. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As promised, we have two more guests from Marivilla, and I'd like to welcome Helena and Bob to the show. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure to be
It's
here.
certainly our pleasure for having you come all the way over here too. We really appreciate that. Tell me, you say you have you run a class.
Beth puts on all the latest music and all the old-time music, and she gets us dancing and with exercise, and it's
So
a new
you're-
lease on life whenever she does that class.
I heard you all talking about Lady Gaga earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Do you enjoy Lady Gaga when you're exercising?
Yes, she.
I like Lady
She got some of the recordings that I've got, and one of them is with Tony Bennett.
Oh yeah,
That
right,
one,
sure.
the duets that are wonderful.
That's beautiful,
And
really.
So
yeah.
I'm involved. I've been a longtime fan of Tony.
Okay, Tony. Well, here's the
Yeah.
Lady Gaga. They're really smart because she is friends with Elton John, and I'm a big Elton John fan. So once they got together, I'm like, I got to find out who Lady Gaga is, and all her fans said, "Who's this Elton guy?" So now they have gazillions of fans, and that's how I got to learn Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a beautiful voice.
She's really something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is.
And this gentleman sitting next to you, did you run into him over at Marivilla?
Well, I ran into him when he was looking, and what did I do? What did I do?
You told me that the best or the most important part and the most enjoyable thing about living there were the people, and I believe that.
You know, I've met several
Yeah.
people there, and everybody was just as nice as can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I understand that you run the gift shop, or you staff the gift shop?
Well, I'm one of the volunteers. The gift shop is open from 10 to 2, Monday through Friday, and we're always short 2 or 3 volunteers. So when nobody's there, I'm there.
Good.
And I always tell people that everything is on sale, and my mother will pay $2 toward any gift that you want.
Wow, that is a good deal. You know, I was really impressed when I walked by. I saw everything. I saw your private movie theater. I mean, that is just
Isn't it
beautiful.
beautiful?
And you guys have movies every night there? Incredible. But the gift shop, when I saw the gift shop, I'm like, wow, this place is complete. When I go on a vacation, I don't care where it is, anywhere in the world, and they have a gift shop at the hotel, I'm there.
That's like my kids.
Do you love gift shops?
My kids do.
Oh, your kids, well, most kids do, but I do. I run through there, and I can't wait to go through your gift shop. Now, we had Dr. Harris and his wife, and they had books there for sale, too? So not only at Chaucer's, but you can somebody walk in and go to the gift shop? Can they do that? So that's another outlet for them to come buy the book, that's really nice. Now, the gift
In
shop.
fact, I did attend a couple of times, I did attend Dr. Harris's class.
The creative writing class?
Yeah, and it's a wonderful class.
And I bet it is. I
Yeah,
love that.
Very, very creative, yeah,
Right.
and very well.
Did you write short stories?
No, I just wrote a little bit of my life,
Right.
and they corrected my grammar and my
It's
punctuation.
nice to have someone do that. I need someone to do
Because
that too.
that's incidental for me.
Well, you're creative. You don't need all the
That's right.
the
I
dots
mean,
and
the
commas. and things.
nitty-gritty stuff. No.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
And-
like being on vacation, but you live it every day, so it's pretty amazing.
Well, we do call it the cruise ship,
The cruise ship.
without the seasick problem.
When I walked through the gift shop and outside to the courtyard, I swear to you, it was like the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
It looked
Oh, yeah,
exactly like
it
that.
is. And the staff are all magnificent.
Right. Food's pretty good too.
Oh, excellent. The chef, you suggest something to him, like one day I realized he wasn't making beef stroganoff,
Really?
really. And so I said to him, you're not making, and sure
It was your
enough.
Polish
we-
roots that wanted that stroganoff.
Right.
Right.
So a week later, there was beef stroganoff
Wonderful.
with sour cream and
Did it have the noodles?
and the
sour
noodles.
cream?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
The authentic. He researches all the menus.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he's very creative too.
And the gift shop, what do you think about the gift shop? Is there enough things in there?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's some lovely jewelry in there.
Really?
Well, right now for Valentine's Day,
Oh, I bet you're getting
I
it.
always tell people that everything is half price. My mother will pay $2 toward anything you want to buy.
Wow, plus the 50% off?
And plus the Valentine's gifts, there was a gorgeous red automatic dial that you press the button and it creates music. And that was $2.99.
For a heart-shaped music box?
Yes, and the
Wow.
rest of the gifts are $4 or $6, $8. And in regards to the wonderful books we have there, that Elle writes, they're half price. They're like $15.
Wow.
And they're more than 30 in the bookstore. So it's a great place for the people there to get a birthday gift, and it's open to the public.
Right.
So on Friday, when as many as 30 and 40 ladies come for lunch, they also
They come to the gift shop.
Gift
You know, I looked in it, and it was like my mother would always refer to things as various and sundry items, and I think that fits real well with your gift shop.
And our cards there are only $2 for birthdays or anniversaries.
And if your mom's going to pay the first $2,
Then it's free.
then it works out fine. I like that. I'm going to visit you.
Please do.
The other thing, talking about the gift shop, it's always decorated. Jill always has various appointments for each holiday. So the gift shop is decorated, just as the building is for various holidays.
Right.
And so that you're aware, there are times you don't know what day of the week it is because it doesn't matter.
You don't need to.
Oh, right. But with holidays,
If you see a heart that Jill put up, it's Valentine's Day.
that's right.
Right, I like the symbols.
Then you know. But then the decorations around the whole building are just so magnificent.
This Jill you refer to, she gets around, doesn't she?
Oh, she does.
She's the
She's-
activities director,
she
like
is.
nobody's
And
business.
she dreams up more activities.
Yeah.
The stuff that's coming up down the pike now.
But she
you
invited
won't-
us to come over on
you
the
won't
22nd.
believe. Yeah.
So we're going to commandeer the place for a couple hours.
Well, that's going to be a unique
Oh,
experience.
boy, is that
for
going to be
us.
fun. Oh, my goodness, for everybody.
Yeah.
And Elton John's going to be there.
Oh, I can't wait
He's
to
going to
see
be
him.
playing the piano. He came by here to try his jacket on
Yeah.
today, and it fits
I'm
perfect.
going to threaten some of my friends. I'm going to say I'm going to sing, but maybe I won't because then they won't come.
Yeah, no. Let them come. We can have at them once they're there, but let them come.
I know.
You know, guys, I think we've just run out of time, but I really want to appreciate again that you guys
it was
you
great.
coming out here and
So nice
enjoying
to
us.
meet you.
Very nice meeting you, too.
Thank you.
And I look forward to
Oh,
coming and doing some acting with you.
good.
Yeah.
Great.
And you will get the $2 off at the gift shop.
Bob, shake my hand. That's a deal. $2 off.